Back on the countdown, Mr. DJ back. Took a hiatus from counting down this fancy playlist from 2010 as I counted down another playlist, WTBC's playlist from the summer of 1973, which I put on a separate YouTube channel. But let's move it on back to 2010. Fantastic dance record. Boy, I love these BPMs. And BBC Radio 1, they were all over this tune back in the fall of 2010. Duck Sauce with Barbra Streisand. This was one catchy record. Barbra Streisand, number 30 down from number 15. I had this in the top 10 on my fantasy playlist in the fall of 2010. Duck Sauce, it was an American-Canadian duo. The American was Deejay Amon Van Helden, the Canadian DJ A-Track, and they were throwing down. Their first hit record, their first record was Anyway. That went to number 22 in England. Then they came out with You're Nasty. And then after that, it was Barbra Streisand. Barbra Streisand samples a Boney M record that goes back to 1979. Gotta Go Home. Boney M, the brainchild of Frank Farian back in the 70s. And they came out with some memorable disco hits. Their biggest American hit was Rivers of Babylon, or Babylon. That was in the summer of 78. And also Ma Baker was a big disco hit by Boney M. They were bigger in England, though, in Europe than they were over here in the States. But sampled Gotta Go Home, sampled on Barbra Streisand by Duck Sauce. Boy, this will get you out on the dance floor. Clicking those heels and humming on the dance floor, humming to the tune. The record was Duck Sauce. It was featured. First played at the Miami Winter Music Conference. And I got to tell you, Miami's really big. The thing about the United States is, I got to tell you this, if you're from Europe, I mean, it's kind of depressing over here because American radio is still resistant to playing dance music. But in Miami's a hotbed for dance music. A lot of the DJs, they come down and they play Amon Van Helden, Tiesta, trying to think of some more. One of the big DJs well known all over the world, they play in Miami. So no surprise that Barbra Streisand made its preview at the Miami Winter Music Conference. And when it did, it took off. And boy, it exploded in Europe. Huge hit in Europe. Number 1 in Belgium, Austria, Switzerland, the Netherlands. Number 3 in France, Germany, and Great Britain. And it's at number 30 on my fantasy playlist, December 26, 2010. This is Barbra Streisand by Duck Sauce.